Hey guys, welcome back to Deepak's Daily Reading. So I'll briefly talk about How to Have Impossible Conversations by Peter Boghossian as well as James Lindsay. So this book is very good if you, as discussed, run into any challenges in relationships, any kind of relationship, personal or professional, where there's points of conflict. So today it focused upon, or rather what I took from it in this chapter was asking disconfirming questions and asked based upon a scale. So this centers around someone having a very strong belief in something. I believe all politicians are bad, and you could first of all say, I hear where you're coming from, I can understand that. That's a great move to lean into when someone says something that you don't necessarily agree with, but you show empathy towards the fact that they hold a position. So after that, you can ask a question. You can ask the question, can I ask a question? Is there, or what would give you cause to potentially feel differently? And so that'd be an example. So that's a disconfirming question. What would make you feel differently, or have you thinking that potentially all politicians are not bad? And then you could look at asking questions that could disconfirm their belief. So that might be the case of saying, would you say that Rishi Sunak is just as bad as Donald Trump? And then based upon that, they might say yes. And if they say yes, so you would say, okay, so, and then you ask disconfirming questions saying, so Trump was known for calling women prostitutes as an example, whereas Rishi Sunak has not. Do you feel that would still make them the same? So there's ways that you can ask questions that can make people reconsider their statements. So that was quite powerful, I think. And you can then ask more broader questions. What would ask you to change your belief, or what kind of evidence would be required? And you can, and if people are open, they can ponder about that. So what kind of evidence would you need to potentially adjust your belief slightly? And if 10 is all politicians are bad, no matter how much good they try and do, but there's also other ways to ask questions. Do you believe that all politicians intend to be bad? Well, no, but they end up doing bad, or yes, they do. Okay, do you think every person in a position of power intends to do bad? Then you could say, would you say that you hold any positions of power whatsoever? What about me, etc.? So there's some ways to measure difficult conversations. And then you can ask the question of, would you say that your beliefs over the last 10 years, just out of interest, if your beliefs over the last decade, would you say they've changed? Is there anything that you used to think, or are there any beliefs that you used to think that are false that are now true, and that were true that are now false? And they might say, no, I can't think of one. And you might say, a small example being the importance of reading. What did you think about that when you were 10 years younger than today? So you can relate it to something that you recognize as being a new habit in them, or maybe a new good habit in yourself. And you'd say, so is it possible in 10 years from now, do you believe this statement that you feel to be true today to be false in 10 years now? Is that possible? So it's a really good approach in terms of ways of asking questions in a structured manner to give rise to have someone reconsider some of their beliefs. It feels more, is it the Elenchus by Aristotle in terms of the questioning style of approach? So yeah, really good, really interesting.
Hey guys, it's Deepak Shukla here. I am huge on listening to books on Audible. So if you're interested in getting all of the insights as I discover them through the course of all the books I read, please do comment, like, and of course subscribe so that you get notified every time we release a video. Thank you so much, and I hope to hear from you soon.